Hello and welcome to Builderment. The Earth has run out of resources. Travel to a distant world to harvest materials and build a factory capable of teleporting items back home to save the planet. Builderment is developed by Builderment LLC, and the developer Nick reached out to me to provide me with this key to play for you today. The game is releasing on October 24th, 2023. And today, as you watch this, or as I release it rather, is an embargo date for a video release. Now, you may recognize this game as there is a version of it available on the mobile game stores. I'm certain, probably both of them definitely on the Apple iOS store. But this game is been ported over, is completely adapted to work on PC and Mac, and is available in Steam. We're going to jump in and take a look at it, but to kind of get you started, it has a bit of the sort of look and kind of artistic feel of games like Factory Town, but it also has a functional feel of more like Shapes.io or Beltex, in that we can infinitely harvest resources, we can infinitely build without cost, machines and belts to transport our items around our factory. And those machines can do different processing on those items to make them into more advanced products. So, of course, it has, some history tracing it back to games like Factorio, of course, as the founder of the genre of factory games. But it's a little more specifically like those other two games in terms of the look and feel and both the gameplay. So, as always, let me know what you think about the game as we get into it. We're gonna play a while through the series. I don't know if we'll get to the end or not. I don't know how long it takes to get to the end. We'll kind of just play it and see, and you can let me know your thoughts on it. And as always, make sure you check out the game on Steam. There's a link in the description below, and give the game a wish list and a follow if you're interested. So let's go ahead and get started. So you can name your world, of course. We're going to go, of course, with Wally World, of course. The world seed is to control the world generation and resources, as well as the world's shape. And so we can randomly do that, or we could type in a seed if we wanted. There are a few different game modes. Normal mode is the intended way, with balance, progression, and difficulty. There's a boosted start, where I assume we get a few extra things to start the game with, or maybe we start with some factory already built. I'm not sure. Then there's a sandbox mode, which, actually, I don't know what that. I guess maybe you have everything unlocked to begin with. You can control the world size down to 50% of the default, and all the way up to 200%. And then also the resource amount can be controlled to 50 to 200% of the default. But we're just going to take the defaults here on all three settings, basically, and get started jumping in and playing the game. So we can look around and we can instantly see a wide variety of resources here. We can zoom back out so we can see them a little better. We have wood here in the form of trees in a forest. We have iron here. We have stone here. We have copper over here. It's a little hard. There it is. And coal down here. I don't know if there's more beyond that. It looks like that might be it. Maybe something down there. We can't. Uranium, nice. So kind of similar resources to what we would see in Factorio. And there's our whole world, by the way. It is an island. So let's just zoom in and get started. So getting started, build a research lab. This is where you want to set items to research new technology. And that's in our build menu here. Shortcut key is B. We have three things we can start with: conveyor belts, extractors, and research labs. Little tutorial tip or instructional tip here on what each building can do. We're just going to go ahead and grab that research lab. They do cost gold. I thought they were free. They do cost gold to build, so we'll want to keep that in mind, but I think it's fine to do a little bit of distance here for our future growth and expansion. So that immediately spends half of our gold, which is fine. We don't need a whole lot to get started with. But we need to build an extractor on top of the trees to harvest wood logs. And we can do that either by, once again, going into the build menu, choosing the extractor and clicking to place. And then you see there's a little ghost of a stub of a belt here. And you can use that to build out your conveyor belt. And the easy way to do that is to click and drag on that belt, and then keep dragging, and then release your cursor and press space, and you will get a belt built for you. We can also tab to see the stats of the building that we have currently selected. At the moment, it's a belt, conveyor belt, and you can see the speed of 150 items per minute, which would be, I guess, 2.5 items per second. So this is kind of production-wise on par with the aforementioned Factory Town and like Satisfactory, rather than the rapid per second production of things like Factorio. So we're just slowly puttering some wood logs here into the lab, and we need to unlock the wood plank technology. The tip is to speed up research by building more extractors and belts, and we're going to do that, but we need to take a look at what does wood plank technology cost. Well, it costs 10 wood logs in the pulled from an extractor on a tree, and shipped into the research lab. So maybe we want to come here. And another way to build a building, especially in extractors, is to click on the resource you want to build it on. And that automatically grabs it, and then you can just build it, and you can connect it up. Maybe we'll go like this. And build that belt. And now we have 2 extractors feeding logs into the research lab. We can also see the details on how the extractor works. The default Tier 1 extractor runs at 100% speed, and this 100% speed is 7.5 items per minute. So you kind of start to think about what, how much we can have capacity-wise on a belt. We know that the belts have, the 150 items per minute. So that's what, 20 extractors filling logs onto a belt before the belt is full? That's quite a few. But one other thing we can look at now is the science. We can go back into the science, and we are now told that we have provided enough logs, and we can unlock the workshop and wood planks, which are made at the workshop. And I like this, by the way, that it tells you right here where the item is made. And you can always come back in here and see where that item is made. Even if you click on another research, you can come back and see it. So the next research we need to work on, and by the way, there's a pretty extensive tech tree here, is by sending wood planks into the lab to unlock wood frames. We need to send 10 planks. Now, the whole time we've been yammering away, the logs have kept feeding into the research lab, and it is accumulating gold for every item that goes in there. So keep that in mind. You may want to keep going. And then this is kind of the mechanic that reminds me most of Shapes.io and Beltex, in that you can just keep feeding stuff in, and it just keeps consuming it and giving you credit for it, but you're not getting any credit for the progress of your science. So we need to convert this over to be a plank maker instead of a log maker. So somewhere in here, I think I'm going to interrupt this belt, and we'll just delete it. And we want to build a workshop. The workshop has a directional input and output here. It is an inline thing, so you can connect it up to the belt, which is really nice. I like that idea. And then we can tab to go into these buildings. And workshops are a building where you have to actually select a recipe. We can select this recipe here, and then it tells us this can handle 15 wood logs per minute. It's converting 1 wood log to 1 plank, and it can output 15 wood planks per minute. Well, we happen to be feeding in exactly 15, 7.5 times 2. So already you can tell we're good for the amount of logs that we have to make the amount of planks that we can from this workshop. And you see they're backed up here. That's because I didn't have the machine set up right away. Instead, it's there's 3 laying here, and as soon as this one comes up and touches or so, then it moves again. So this is good, and we might be happy with this, except that we also might want it to move a little bit faster. That depends on how soon you want to get through this technology, but we could easily do another extractor or 2, say here and here, and then we could build a belt and go this way. We could do another one of these, which you can do by hitting C to copy. It'll keep the recipe also the same, which we can see by clicking on it. The recipe's already selected. And then we can continue this belt. Well, I guess we need to do it differently. We need to rotate that belt. Let's build it, and then we want to just rotate like that. And that'll combine the 2 belts feeding 15 logs per minute into 15 planks each per minute. And then those are combining to have 30 planks per minute being fed into the research lab. And we could have also kept the logs going. As you can see, each plank is giving us 1 coin as well. So there is a cost to it. There isn't a cost to it because it's a 1-to-1 thing. And it's still giving us 1 coin as credit. So let's unlock wood frames here. And the next research is smelting. For that, we need to have 10 wood frames. Wood frames are also made in a workshop. And this will unlock a furnace building, by the way, as well as ingot recipes for copper and iron. Let's build another workshop using this method rather than the copy method. And I just want to put it down someplace. It's going to cost me 10 coins, but it's worth it to just have one here to investigate, I think. And so we can take a look at what the wood frame recipe is. Well, it's 30 wood planks in, which makes 7.5 wood frames out. And that's because of a 4-to-1 ratio here. 4 makes 1, but these are worth 4 coins. So instead, in effect, they're still worth the same amount. But you also know, I assume, that we are making 30 planks per minute now, as we talked about a bit before. So we're actually perfect for one of these by the amount of planks we're making, and that's going to output 7.5 frames per minute. So let's delete this belt here. And that, of course, cost me one plank, but that's okay. And the first 4 planks, there's 2, and then there's 4 right there. Should crank it up and spit out a wood frame in a few seconds. And you can see the recipe here. And there's the 4th plank in for the next frame already, so it's perfect timing, which is really great. And that's going to give us 4 coins per tick, and that'll get us up to, we'll eventually get up to 10 frames per, or 10 frames in order to unlock the next technology. We could expand this once again, of course, by adding 4 more extractors, 2 more workshops making planks, and another workshop making frames. And then we would have double the amount coming in here. And as it says here, we can continue, expanding and doubling our production. So we could do that. We could put down some more stuff. Let's copy this here. Copy these here. I like these things in a row, by the way. I'm just a nerd like that, I guess. And we want to build not quite that way. Let's rotate this one that way. And we also will want to have extractors here. Maybe you can go down. You can have an extractor here. Oopsie. Build up. One here, build left, and one here, build left. And we'll take this way. I'll just start it, and then we'll figure it out in a minute which way it goes. This one can go this way, and maybe up here. Build. And then this one can go this way. And that should give us all that we need to make a little bit more here. You can have a single belt there, and then we can rotate that in. And we'll be producing 15 frames per minute now, because these each produce 7.5 per minute. 15 frames. Oops, I didn't set these recipes. Oh crap! These have the wrong recipe on them. Planks. How did that happen? Oops. Okay. Planks, and then frames, and then research, which we've already actually finished. But again, we want to keep this going because this is building up our coin. So let's go ahead and accept the smelting. And then once we unlock smelting, it unlocks 3 different trees. Over here, we have an extractor upgrade, which after we get 100 wood frames into the workshop, we can unlock this one. It gives us the upgraded extractor, which I think we saw runs 50% faster. So then at that point, you can have, instead of having 2 of them feeding 1, you could have 3 of them feeding 2. Yeah, that kind of thing. Which we don't have splitters yet, so we'll have to wait on that a little while. But here we have metalworking. This takes iron ingots and copper ingots having been fed in, 25 of each, and gives us the ability to make copper wire and iron gears. And then we also have decorative trees, which take directly wood logs fed in times 100. So in fact, we should probably have another build here that is taking, in the wood logs. Let's do that. And then this one. This one. Oh, you can rotate the buildings after they've been built too. That's nice. This way, and then we can take this way, maybe go into there. There you go. We probably don't need that anymore, but I'm going to leave it there just for experimentation purposes. So that will take care of the logs that we need to get to this point. We're already working on this one very well. And then I think we can probably start working on iron and then copper over here. Iron is the same extractor as the wood, same building type. So we want to do that. Let's do a couple of these to start with. Maybe like this. Go this way with it. And that'll give us, I think it's the same, 7.5, so now we're at 15. And then we want to build a smelter. And I think we'll do the same kind of idea, or furnace rather, excuse me, where we have one here that we can use as an experiment, and then we can take a look at it. So 30 becomes 30 in one of these. And this was 15, so why don't we hook up 2 more? Just because, you know me, I like to balance ratios and min-max and things. Let's do that. Let's start from here, go down to there. That'll give me one whole thing, and then we can copy this, and we can put it in like that, and do that, and then do this. And so that's making iron bars, or plates, or whatever it said they were, iron ingots, at a rate of 30 per minute. 30 iron ore in, 30 plates out, ingots out. And that'll get dealt with, and then we can also do the same over here. Maybe that way. There. There, and... oops. There. You can start by going this way, and then this way, all the way over to something. I don't know where, maybe there. You can have one belt here. We can do another smelter, which we can copy this one. Furnace. I keep calling it a smelter. Furnace. And there are belt feed as well, by the way. Didn't say it before. But I have to change the recipe here to copper. Copper has the same speed, though. 30 for 30. So we'll just take that like this. Whoa. Yeah, that's not a straight line. Look at me and my straight lines here, everybody. Yeah, let's do it like this. Build. And that'll spit out the plates, or ingots rather, copper ingots. And so that should also be a quick set of materials coming in. So we're just about there on this one, 60%. We're at 35% of that, and we're already done with the iron, and the copper will be there fairly soon at 30 per minute. We're basically just waiting for that minute to pass now. And we're a good chunk of the way into it. But the game keeps accumulating these, everything that comes in. So if we aren't sure, or if we're worried about, losing things, if another later technology like this one requires more wood frames, it'll just give you credit for what you've already sent in, which is really nice. At least that's the way that it seems from my test game and then just now. Are you not facing in the right direction? Nope. There we go. Now we're cooking with, well, copper. Oh, good. You had a bunch. They have an internal storage too. That's handy. I didn't see what it had accumulated, but we are good. Oh, we can move too. I didn't notice that. M to move. We'll put that there, and we can use that as our experimental area, I guess. $23, $24, $25. Unlock that, please. And that leads to 3 more ways. Advanced belts, splitters, and undergrounds. 30 iron gears. Okay, we'll have to figure those out. Magnets, made from copper wire, which we just learned how to make at the workshop. And this was, by the way, also made at the workshop. Copper wire unlocks machine chops and electromagnets. And then here we have the workshop upgrade, which gives us the tier 2 workshop. And that's going to require a bunch of copper wire. So we need to feed in 200 copper wire, and we need to feed in 30 iron gears. Let's start with the iron gears, and those are made in the workshop. So let's look at that recipe. Tab. Iron gears process 30 in, 15 out, because it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So 30 in and 15 out. Do we want to keep doing this and set up a separate one, or do we want to force this in line here? I think we'll just do the inline thing for now, because I think that's interesting to do. And then we can always change it later. I already had this one set as we were experimenting as as gears, so we're just going to convert all those ingots into gears. Copper wire is 45 in to 30 out. So if we wanted to produce the same amount of copper wire as we're producing iron gears, we would need about 22.5 copper ingots coming in. We have 30, so why don't we just make it that, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's just drop this one in line as well. And I already made that one into wire while we were experimenting, and so now we're able to spit out a bunch of wire. And it's going to take in 3, which it's not quite getting 3 because it's only getting 2/3 of that coming in. This is backed up because of that one being all backed up. And so it takes a little bit extra time to spit out those 2. Wait, spitting out 2 wires? Oh, it is spitting out 2 wires. Okay, that makes sense. It's 3 to 2 here. That's where the times 2 is. There isn't a times 2 there. There is a times 2 here. So 3 ingots becomes 2, which is why 45 becomes 3. And why these are coming out in pairs. So that gets us to... Oh, we unlocked the wood frames already. We have 100 frames in there. Let's unlock that, which gets us the... or we fed all the wood frames. It gets us the next level extractor. And then the next one needs metal frames, which we don't know how to make yet. So we're stuck here at extractor tier 2. We can turn up this for the cost of 200 gold, and that gives us a 50% speed boost. That could be useful, and it's in different places, but for now, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to wait until tier 3 and just double the speed of everything, rather than trying to work with that 50% math. Your mileage may vary. You can do it however you want to. All right, so we're kind of waiting now for these ones, which are just about done. I should have done the copper first because of this, but it's okay. That was also an upgrade. It's a 50% boost, which I guess then we might want to do, because if we boost these by 50% and we boost these by 50%, it's really just the furnaces that aren't boosted in at that point. Okay, we have unlocked the decorative trees, pretty trees, fir trees, birch trees, and palm trees, and that unlocks 3 more things. Festive decorations, which are unlocked from coal extraction, stone extraction for decorative rocks, and gear statues. 2,000 gears will give us the gear statue. So we'll just let those keep running then. We want to keep those running. Then over here, advanced belts gives us those 2. And then we can get a speed upgrade, which gives us 10% additional belt speed by feeding in 100 gears. We'll get there eventually. And underground belt upgrade, which is basically the faster version of the underground belts, and also gives us, or unlocks, underground belt distance. And, or maybe that's not speed, that's a distance thing. Interesting. I guess we get the speed with this of them. I don't know. But we need to learn how to make nanowire in a machine shop, as well as concrete in a forge, and we don't know either of those yet. So while we are working on this one slowly, and working on this one slowly, and this one's very slowly, we are almost nearly there with the copper wire, and we should be there momentarily, actually. Yeah, I'm sad that I did that, because it slowed everything down to begin with, and now it's all backed up. Looks like these. Ah, there it is. All right, so we have copper wire now. Unlocks the machine shop, as well as the electromagnets. And that brings us to metal frames, which need electronics made. And that unlocks iron plating and metal frames. We have coal power, which is unlocked by extracting coal and feeding it in. So, of course, we're going to have to do that. And it gives us a coal power plant. And then the furnace upgrade, which needs 100 electromagnets. So I think let's get the electromagnets going. I'm not sure if we need to keep feeding in wire, but let's look at setting up the electromagnets at the machine shop. Let's build a machine shop. We'll just do one. Ooh, yeah, look at all these decorative trees and things. They cost coins, but hey, if you like decorating, then ooh, that's a double building. Interesting. Okay, put that down here. We can take a look at it. Right now, only electromagnets. They bring in copper wire and iron ingots to make electromagnets. We need 45 copper wire coming in. We have... how much coming in right now? Or coming out right now? 30? No. 20 coming out, because we're only feeding 30 ingots in, so we should probably beef this up a bit first before we go into that part. So let's do another extractor here. Maybe there. Another one here. Another one here. Look at that, all in a row here. Like that. And come down this way. Maybe turn. And then come down here. To there. Build. We can copy this. Which will put us a copper smelter. And then we can do another belt. And we can copy this, which get us more wire. And that'll put us at 40 wire coming out, I think. And then we can take this belt here and turn it into that. And that'll give us 40 wire coming out, I think. I think that's right. Because we're feeding in 30, so we're only going to get 20. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Now there's 4 together. So for those, plus some iron ingots, we'll need to make some more iron ingots here, I think, as well. Let's do this one. This one. This one. And this one. Belt this way. Maybe just do like this. Build. And then we can put a machine shop in right in here. Delete 2 belts. Copy this. And put that in there. I don't think it matters which input switch. Put that in there. And that'll give us... we're feeding in twice as many iron ingots as we need here. We're feeding in almost enough copper wire. We're only feeding in 40. And we need 45 for this. But it's a good way to get started. It'll get us to... I guess maybe like 7-ish electromagnets per minute. But you're not working. Is there a sidedness to this build? I did select the recipe. Do you need electricity? Maybe you do. Or is it a sidedness thing? I don't see necessarily a difference in those 2 inputs. There's nothing that tells me that they should be different. It sees the... Oh, I didn't smelt the ingots. Oh man, that was dumb. Alright, that's why, Wally. Let's do that, and then do this. You gotta smelt the ingots, you can't use ore, Wally. Don't be dumb. There you go. There you go. Alright. And that should spit out. Nice little animation there. Like there's a little animation on all of these. Like this one's got some sort of ballast or vents on them. These have the little gear that turns. And then this has the little machine thingy. There goes an electromagnet. Nice. Alright, so we need how many electromagnets? A lot. You need 30. You need 100. Yeah, we're probably going to want to feed more materials into this. But I'm also kind of waiting because I want to experiment also with the underground belts. How do I make those? Here? There we are. We have belt splitters. We have underground belts. Good. Anything else we gained that I don't know about? Let's look at these trees. Just make some trees. One here. That's pretty. Fir tree. Birch tree. And a palm tree. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to use these splitters, I think, to a little bit of our advantage. They take in 1 and they output 3, so I have to be a little bit careful with this. But I think if we were smart about it, I didn't really intend to build them, but if we're smart about it, we can actually take these 2 and sort of mix them and then force, kind of force the different materials out the different directions, basically. So if I turn this like that, and then you can continue this way. Let's do maybe... well, yes, that'll work, I guess. Let's do something like this. Delete that. Delete this. Copy this over here and do that. That's fine. Oop, nope, nope, nope. And I want to clean this up. Because we're overproducing here, and we could pass them on down the belt instead of them sitting still. Let's move this over to here. I didn't really give myself enough space, though, did I? No, I didn't. Let's move this for right now out of the way. Delete a couple of these. Maybe I should not have put these all right here. Move over there someplace. Just line them up over there. It's fine. We'll probably move them 3 more times. And then I want to do this. And then I want to do a splitter here. Dump those out first, though, maybe. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Move. You can move everything, so that's fine. This can go here. Rotate down. This can get moved back into here now. That can go there, and this can go there. And that'll be a little bit better, I think. Because once this backs up, then all of these ingots will just go straight down into the gear maker. And we could even split it again here. Or take this belt here, rather. And allow it to bypass the gear maker so that we can still get the iron ingots straight into the research lab if we wanted to. But now you can see that this is backed up, so this is just going to pass them all through. And we're still overproducing for this system. We could maybe make more gears or something, but we're doing okay, I think, as a start. So it still isn't perfect, but it's a good start, I think. We could use more machine shops, and maybe we should, actually. Yeah, let's try a little bit of another experiment here. Move you out of the way. Let's delete this one. Maybe delete a few of these. Yes, we're wasting the resources or losing the resources or whatever, but it's okay. If I split here, and I take this one down into a machine shop, somehow, and then if I want to do an underground belt from here to here, I guess, and then we could do something like this, then this one could come through like this. And you could turn, and then here and turn again. This can get moved back now. Although I don't have the belt in the right spot anymore. That's fine. And then I want to also put a splitter in here. Can you take like a splitter and hot replace? Ooh, you can. Okay, good. Good thinking. Let's put that here. And let's do this. Like that, I think. And that just needs to be rotated. Like that. And we'll just get our stuff going here. I haven't checked the numbers. I think we're only providing 40. Wait, this should not have backed up. Why did these back up? With the iron. Or the copper, I mean. They should be consuming 45 copper wire, and we should only be making 40 here. Interesting. Maybe we got backed up when I was goofing around? Not sure. But this is how we would parallelize and make even more of something. We've unlocked a couple things while I've been talking, including the belt speed upgrade and the iron plating and metal frames. All right. The belt speed upgrade leads to more belt speed upgrades, of course, and that just needs more and more iron gears. Maybe we should extend that out. And then also we have metal frames to give us a storage box. We can make silicon and sand from stone. We haven't started extracting stone yet. And we can also turn that iron plating that we just learned how to make into the Tier 2 machine shop. So maybe we should start extracting coal and stone. That could be good. Just wanted to make sure we did this okay. We might even want to... I'm trying to decide if this is something I want to do or not before I do it. But we might even want to parallelize the gear making, which we could do. Let's move this one out of the way for a moment. Let's move these down. Let's put another splitter in here. Actually, it could be right there even. There. The reason I'm doing it is so that we have a evenness to this. So this may even split to come down here. Copy that, put it in here. And then this one. And then we do a rotation. And we should be good there. So that half of the ingots go this way if they need to. And then half of them come down here. And yeah, we are indeed not making enough wire. So it might be time to take a look at that recipe. We need to have, for these two workshops, we technically need to have 45 per minute. And we're only making, or we need to have 45 each. So it means we need to have 90 total, and we're only making 60 total. Well, that's an easy thing to fix. Let's set up some more extractors over here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Belt, belt, belt. Let's turn and go in here like this. Build, please. Copy this. Go there. And let's change this a little bit too, so that we do rotate that. Build and then rotate this. Delete this one and not that one. Build a splitter. Put it in right here. And that'll take the now what will be 90 coming out of here and feed it in and split it evenly into two sets of 45, which will get us up to a full 60 of copper wire. Now, of course, these need 45 each, so really, we should be making 90 copper wire, which means we need to have another one of these, which means we would need to have more of this, and then more of this. This is getting a little tight here on the extraction, although we could do the upgrades to the extractors if we wanted to do that. But I think we should go and do some extraction of coal and stone and make some progress in those other areas too. Let's do another maybe 4. That'll be 30, I assume still. Tab. Yeah. We'll do that. Build that one and then build maybe this one. You can go up and over. You can come out. Nope. Build. And then you can come out here and go this way. I don't want to do what I just did, but go up. And then go this way. Build. And feed into that belt. Remember, these belts can take 150 plus 10% to go into there. And then we'll do the same over here with stone. Build there, build there, build there, build there. You go this way, build. You go down, build. You go this way. And we'll kind of just sneak this in. Maybe like this. And maybe into here. Build. And that should work out fine too. So we'll get some stone going and we'll get some coal going into these technologies that need them. This one, and this one. So let's start making some iron plates then, I think. Next, they seem to be the next thing. Relatively cheap at the workshop. We will do that. Let's take a look at that recipe. Iron plates. 4 ingots makes 2 plates. 40 in, 20 out. I think we're going to need to do some more extraction and more whatevering of that. And I think maybe I should have taken this turn. Oops. Nope. Delete that one. Come down this way instead. Build. I think there's a mass delete tool. Can I like... Oh, I can. Okay, good. Select a bunch and delete. That's really handy. Let's do some extraction over here and let's move these stupid trees out of the way again. I should probably just get rid of them, but I'm not going to because I'm going to keep fighting with them until the time comes. Let's move them. Let's do some more iron extraction here. That recipe was 40 in. Oops, 40 in makes 20 out. Let's do 30 in makes 15 out, at least to start with. Build that. Build that. that, and that. You can come down and go across. Nope. Stop right there. You can come out and go up, build that, and then we'll force all that into a single furnace. Maybe, I'm trying to push it out of the way a little bit here, so maybe there. And you can do a rotate there. Perfect. And we'll make that into iron, and then that can get fed into a workshop. And we can actually just feed it straight in, I think, if we didn't want to do any weird splitting or combining, at least. And that'll make the plates, I assume. Yep. This will be 15, and we can just feed those straight into there. That's fine. And then we can take a look at that metal frame recipe. We finished something. Oh, here. 50 stone extracted, or delivered. Gives us sand and silicon. And that opens up circuitry, which we need silicon and copper wire to make. So we'll have to figure those out. But those will come... Oh, we unlocked another thing here, too. Furnace tier 2 by providing enough electromagnets as well. Let's look at the machine shop once more here. And the metal frames require wood frames and iron plating. So I'm kind of doing a good thing here by bringing the plates in somewhat similar of a place as the wood frames, but not quite. That's going to need 5 wood frames in, 20 iron plating in. We're currently making 15 wood frames per minute. So we should probably split those. We can do an even split, and then they'll just overflow. And then 20 iron plating. Well, we're making 15 currently, so maybe we should feed in some more iron ingots to make this be 20. We could do that with the extractor upgrade. The furnace we can't upgrade yet, though, can we? Oh, we can. 50% more would give us 45 rather, which we need 40. So let's do that. Let's do this upgrade. That'll get us up to 45. And now, of course, we need 45 ore coming in. We're currently only giving 30, so we could do this, which gets us to 11. Guess we need to upgrade. We need 40 ore coming in. I guess we basically need to upgrade all of them. 3 of them puts us at 33 plus 7.5. Yeah, 3 of them. And then the one that's still at tier 1, that's a good enough ratio. That gives us a full 20 out here, or should be a full 20 out. And then combining that with these frames, which I didn't do a good job of dealing with, but we can probably deal with it somehow. Move this stuff out of the way. And let's rotate this. Oh, not that. Rotate this to break the frames from going that way. Let's do a underground belt here. Bring us up to this area. And we'll bring these plates in here, so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Totally out of the way. Move your stupid stuff out of the way. Alright, and then we want a, was it a machine shop where those are made, I think? Yeah, metal frames. Let's do, one of those. Yeah, let's do this crazy. Let's do one of those right there. Turn this, not that, turn this way. And then you come out right there. You can go this way. Almost. Nope, you can go this way. And come into there. Alright, so that's 5 of our 15 frames, though. And all of our plates. This is going to back up. I keep forgetting to do that properly, but whatever. Delete this, delete that. Maybe I should have undergrounded this instead. Yeah, let's do this. And that. And let's break this one here. Yeah, the frames are backing up here. Delete that too. Let's do an underground here instead, and we'll replace this with something else. That doesn't work. Do that. There. maybe. Leave those. That can go there. We can split here. Yeah, let's split here. Build splitter this way. Some can go there, and then some can go here. And that'll just back up, and then the rest will overflow, basically, because this is not using half, so we're doing a half split here, we're fine. I think that's good. I think so. Why are the ingots? Because you only need 15, and I'm capable of feeding you like 30 here because of one of these. Yeah, 50% of 60. So yeah, 30 going in here, but only using 15. So that means that 45 are coming along here, and these ones are taking in 22.5 each, basically. That's fine. I like that enough. I like it enough. And that gives us, extracting a bunch of coal gives us a coal power plant, which we also don't yet know how to use, or what we use it for, what it does. So we could take a look at that real quick. Coal power plant increases the speed of nearby factories while consuming the input items. Effect does not stack with other power plants. Oh, that's interesting. So that's like a speed module, a speed beacon, basically, in Factorio. But I think what we'll do is we'll leave this here. We'll come back to this game in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts, as I mentioned earlier, to let me know how far you want to see this go. Keep an eye out for it to come up on Steam in October 24th. And yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep this game going. Probably alternating days. I have another new game to start a series on coming up, so we'll keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, we're getting there. So we have a pretty good start, I think, and we'll see what happens. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.